Good morning, Coastal Bend. Meteorologist Carly Smith is here, who is ready for Halloween. We've got a weather impact early look at the Halloween trends coming up on this live update. What we are going to see is a low chance of rain. Right now, it likely will trend lower, but it's not a 0% chance at this point. Warmer the normal temperatures are anticipated and typical breezy conditions as of right now. This is your trends. We're going to keep an eye on what holds steady, what changes between now and Halloween, which is now 10 days out. Are you ready, folks? Hey there, everyone. It is Meteorologist Carly Smith live on this Monday morning at 10:06 a.m. How's everyone doing? Let me know in the comments. Let me know your questions, concerns, hopes, costumes for Halloween. That's what the comment section is for. Thanks for joining, y'all. Here is a look at what we are tracking in the upper levels of the atmosphere to lead toward those forecast trends. So this week is going to be a warm one thanks to high pressure over South Texas. All of the low pressure systems, the cold fronts hanging out to the north where those blue colors are at the top of the map. We're going to see high pressure building off to our west. That's going to allow for a little bit more of a northwest wind, which tends to be a little drier in the upper levels of the atmosphere, which mostly is just going to bring us more sunshine looking ahead to the weekend. Now, with this pattern, we are going to trend drier. There's a very low chance of rain today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, but past that, not much hope for rain the next 6 to 10 days, which does include Halloween. But looking between the 29th and the 4th, there is a chance for some rain across much of the United States, possibly even Texas. So that's why I don't have rain chances at a 0% chance for Halloween at this point. 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, it's just looking hot, y'all. We are going to stay well above normal, especially for Texas and much of the United States. We're going to be in this warmer pattern, but you do see cooler temperatures, cooler below normal temperatures headed for the western half of the United States as we look ahead to that end of October, beginning of November timeframe. Taking a look at our temperatures for this week specifically, all trending above normal. So no hope for any big drop in temperatures or cold fronts on the way. We're going to be nearing 90. Yeah, nearing 90. That's right, especially by the second half of the week when we see more sunshine. Our average high is 84 degrees for this time of year. By Halloween, we're 81 for an average high, 61 for an average low. Here's a look at the wind, staying breezy but calmer, not as gusty as we were last week. So that's a positive note. What the wind is going to do is it's going to help calm our wave action down a little bit. It's been rough out there on the Gulf of Mexico, y'all. So we will see those waves falling to around 2 foot. 2 foot, maybe 3 foot waves between Wednesday and Sunday. Periods are going to shorten, and that's going to lower our rip current risk heading into next weekend. But still, dangerous conditions out there, especially if you don't have a buddy system or aren't aware of what you're getting yourself into. Lots of currents taking place when we get these higher waves, and especially the longshore current with a northeast wind. Yeah, that's ripping too. So lots of cross kind of currents mixing and taking you places you're not prepared for, especially if you're not used to swimming in these waters. There is the rip current hazard that's going to be at least through Wednesday with our longer periods and bigger waves. Minor coastal flooding going to continue as well. Onshore winds still pushing some water up along the coast. Additionally, we had the full moon on Thursday, so we're still seeing the effects of the higher tide that goes along with the full moon. Minor coastal flooding is still expected through at least Wednesday morning. That's when the flood advisory is extended to. For now, it could be extended longer. When I looked at the tide forecast, it keeps it above 2 feet at Bob Hall Pier, 2 feet above normal through the weekend. So we could be dealing with some minor coastal flooding well into next week. Good news is that the low tide is around lunchtime and then into the afternoon by Wednesday. But that means that the tide will be rising into the evening. So 10:49 p.m. is your high tide today. Taking a look at radar, we've had a few spotty showers there along the coast. Not a whole lot of activity inland. That's likely going to continue to be the case. Mostly sunny skies right now, but we'll see some passing clouds off and on throughout the day. Still hot. Temperatures in the upper 80s. So here's our futurecast outlook. Mostly just a few isolated little cells of rain here or there. Very difficult to say exactly where these will pop up. But yeah, we keep a chance. We're still a little unsettled through Wednesday. When we take a look at the bigger picture, high pressure is what's responsible for our onshore wind right now as it's set up kind of over the southeast. The cold front tries to weaken the high pressure, but it's going to stay pretty strong over there. Another front tries to do the same thing. It's still holding on pretty strong. strong. So you see not a whole lot of rain for the southeast this week or Texas, but us in the coastal bend, we have a tiny shot at some rain. Most of that coming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then possibly Friday. Friday, we have a low chance of rain as well. Not expecting any impacts to our area football games taking place. We're nearing playoffs, y'all, if we're not already. But right now, here's a look at those temperatures nearing 90. Winds out of the east-southeast. We've got your tropical outlook also to get through before all is said and done. This is going to be the end of this live update. So over the weekend, we had Nadine form. It made landfall there and crossed over southern Mexico and Central America. It is now Tropical Wave Invest 90E in the Pacific. It will get a new name, which I believe is Christy. I'll have to double check that. But Christy in the Pacific Ocean, likely expected to form later on today. The Pacific updates come out at 11 a.m. But in the Atlantic, we have Tropical Storm Oscar that also formed over the weekend. No other areas of possible development at this time, but when we take a closer look at Oscar, what we are going to see is it's now moving west-northwest. It's starting to make the turn a little bit more north. Then it's going to turn northeast. Still keeping tropical storm force winds as it treks into the Atlantic. We're going to see 45-mile-per-hour sustained winds possible once it gets out, especially once it gets into those open waters. So no impact to the United States, but areas in the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, they're going to see some impacts. Higher tides, of course, some wind, heavy rainfall, all possible. Those are mountainous regions as well, so you got to keep an eye on any landslides, especially there into eastern Cuba. That's one of the reasons it did weaken. It made landfall as a Category 1 hurricane on Sunday, but it was weakened since then to 40-mile-per-hour winds now as it's beginning to make that northerly turn slowly but surely. I'm meteorologist Carly Smith. This is it for your live Monday morning update. Thanks so much for watching for 3 News First Edition, your weather impact forecast. Thanks one more time, y'all.